Hello YouTubers, this is cessnaace back again with another LaserDisc update video. Culture Dog, if you're watching this video, you'll want to stay tuned because there is at least one LaserDisc in this box that I know you will be interested in. I'm going to be showing these in alphabetical order, beginning with The Bride with White Hair. This is a special widescreen edition released by San Francisco-based Tisseghem Video Marketing. This is in a gatefold jacket. There are the chapters. Chapter indexing began with the LaserDisc format, of course. Okay, one of the things I like about Tisseghem is that with their LaserDisc releases anyway, they included a lot of extra trailers and so forth. Now, this is letterboxed. The aspect ratio is 2.35 to 1. It has English subtitles, but they are beneath the letterboxed image. It also has the English dub track on the analog tracks, CX noise reduction encoded, and the original Cantonese on the digital tracks. This runs 111 minutes, so you may be asking, why is it on 2 discs? Well, that is partially because of all the extras, but also because of the fact that side 3 is in CAV, featuring the Wu-Tang Palace fight scene. Chapter 1 is the trailer for Tai Chi 2. Chapter 2 is the trailer for The Bride with White Hair 2. Chapter 3 is the original trailer for The Bride with White Hair. Chapter 4 is the making of The Bride with White Hair. And side 3, CAV. Chapter 33 is the US trailer for The Bride with White Hair. Dolby Surround. Now, it shouldn't take too long to get to, but even though, as I mentioned in the last video, there are over 71,000 LaserDiscs in the LaserDisc database, I found another one that wasn't in there. It is now. Pressed by Pioneer USA, no reported cases of rot. Puts a little post-it note there. Okay, naturally enough, I'm going to follow that up with The Bride with White Hair 2. Letterboxed. Also released by Tisseghem Video Marketing. 26 chapters. This has the same trailers that were included on that one. It's also letterboxed, aspect ratio 1.85 to 1. The Cantonese language track is on the digital tracks, and the English dub track is on the analog track. Tisseghem didn't always include an English track, but if they didn't, they at least included subtitles. Pressed by Pioneer USA, no reported cases of rot. Okay. Now, this is a Hong Kong film that was released in the US only on LaserDisc. Now let me rephrase that. It was released on LaserDisc only in the US. I started to take it out of its protective outer sleeve, but it's not a gatefold jacket, even though it's on 2 discs, so why bother? The Blue Kite. This was released by Image, licensed from Kino. Three sides, and the aspect ratio is 1.85 to 1. It has yellow English subtitles. Language is Mandarin. Siskel Ebert, 2 thumbs up. Time, a bold, masterly work. New York Newsday, 4 stars, thrilling. The Blue Kite. Pressed by Pioneer USA. No reported cases of rot. And I am fighting a cold. I didn't already say that. Okay. This is one I think I have another release of on LaserDisc. Bullet in the Head. Now, you'll notice that it has a Tai Sang video marketing sticker on it, but they didn't release it. It was released by Golden Cinema City Video Distribution in Hong Kong. Occasionally, Tai Sang would import titles from Hong Kong and then slap a sticker on it and rent it out. This is actually catalog number A126, which is a Golden City, I don't know why I keep saying that, Golden Cinema City catalog number. This has Cantonese and Mandarin language versions. Pressed by Pioneer Japan, no reported cases of rot. Okay, Sam, pay attention. Because I noticed that you have the US release of this on LaserDisc and that you flagged it as having rot. This has no reported cases of rot. It's also more complete than the version you have. This is Roger Corman's Frankenstein Unbound. This is a Japanese release in English with Japanese subtitles. Pressed by Pioneer Japan. Okay, the cast includes John Hurt, Raul Julia, Bridget Fonda, and it was directed by Roger Corman. Now, this is also more complete, or is complete. It has some things the US release from Warner Home Video didn't have. This is also from Warner Home Video. On side 1, there is a shot of a man's heart being ripped out of his chest, a la Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. On side 2, there is a bit where you see a woman's chest being torn open. Neither of those are in the US cut. Okay. Another release from Tisseghem Video Marketing. Last Hurrah for Chivalry, an Eastern Western. This is release TSVM 49906. Okay, on Chapter 1 is a trailer for Duel to the Death. On Chapter 2, trailer for Young Master. Chapter 25, the Hong Kong trailer for Last Hurrah for Chivalry. And Chapter 26, US trailer for Last Hurrah for Chivalry. In widescreen, aspect ratio 2.35 to 1, digital track Cantonese, analog track English dubbed. I'm thinking I'm going to need a new camera. Pressed by Pioneer USA. No reported cases of rot. Really lucking out lately. Okay, now, even though, as I mentioned in the previous update video, there are over 71,000 LaserDiscs in the LaserDisc database. This one wasn't. So I submitted it and it has been added. Mermaid got married. This is a fantasy romantic comedy. This was released by another company set up in the US to distribute Hong Kong films here on LaserDisc. World Video and Supply Incorporated, 1995. Catalog number WV8129. When I first found this, I typed it into the database. I couldn't find it. I typed in the catalog number all different kinds of ways, with a space, without a space, and so forth, and it wasn't coming up. I finally determined after I did an advanced search and called up every release from World Supply and Video, or World Video and Supply, rather, that this one wasn't in there. But it is now. It amazes me that there are still releases being found that aren't in the database. No reported cases of rot, even though it was pressed by PDO UK. And I have found that a lot of Hong Kong films, anyway, were pressed by PDO UK, and a lot were pressed by Technodisc, but also Pioneer Japan and everybody else. Weird thing is, American plants, or rather American publishers, used everybody. Hong Kong publishers used everybody. Japan only used Japanese pressing plants. Okay. Another one from Tisseghem Video Marketing. I remember seeing the trailer for this on another LaserDisc that I have from them, and I really wanted it. When does a cop go too far to catch a criminal? Organized Crime and Triad Bureau. I don't remember the name of it, but I believe this is a sequel to a Jackie Chan film. All of the text in the back, with the synopsis and everything, is in English. This is release TSVM 35276. Digital sound has the Cantonese language, analog sound Mandarin with CX noise reduction encoding, and yellow, yellow English subtitles. And I have this down as pressed by 3M. In any event, no cases reported of rot. And the same company that licensed this, the Tai Sang, licensed the Blue Kite to Image Entertainment and Kino. I noticed. Okay. This is in a gatefold jacket, but it also has, well, I don't know. It's got an obi strip. I'm trying to decide whether I should go ahead and open it or take it out of the protective outer sleeve. This is an American film directed by Tony Scott. It's in English. It has Japanese subtitles. It is called Revenge. Kevin Costner, Anthony Quinn, Madeline Stowe, and Sally Kirkland. Executive producer, Kevin Costner. But as I stated, directed by Tony Scott from 1990. Okay. Okay, my strips got out of sequence somehow because this is a Japanese release, so it was not pressed by Pioneer USA. So I'm going to say it was pressed by Pioneer USA. I mean Japan. Okay, now I have this film already on LaserDisc from Image Entertainment. This is from the Voyager company, so it's part of the Criterion collection. Steamboat Jr. This is a Buster Keaton silent film. And as I believe I mentioned in the previous video that I did, this is Steamboat Bill Jr. Silent films were frequently color tinted, as was this one. Silent film was rarely black and white. From the beginning, films were tinted, toned, and sometimes hand-colored. It was a stylized form of color before workable color photography had been perfected and was intended to invoke mood rather than realism. Single tones were often used for specific purposes: blue for night scenes or cold scenes, amber in varying shades to suggest interior firelight or exterior sunlight, red for fire scenes, and mauve for fog. Frequently, hand-painted sections were added to tinted stock for added pictorial beauty. The use of tinting and toning died out only towards the end of the 1920s, which is when sound came in. There is no such thing as a standard projection speed for silent films. Well into the 1920s, the lack of a consistent speed persisted. On music cue sheets, projectionists were instructed to speed up or slow down certain portions of the film to accommodate the recommended music. Trade papers of the day provided exhibitors with 2 running times for films, the slowest and fastest acceptable. We have done our best in all of these presentations from the Killian collection. As I mentioned, the other release I have is from the Black Hawk collection. This is from the Killian collection. Of silent films to match the original tints and speeds using documentary evidence where it still exists to bolster our own judgment. This must be the one that was pressed by Pioneer USA. No reported cases of rot, and now I don't have to use the ones that I had already opened and put over there because I'm getting to ones I haven't gotten to before on previous takes, or in previous takes. This is another Criterion Collection title, pressed by 3M. No reported cases of rot. This is Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Chapter 11, Color Bars. 110 minutes from 1971. This is catalog number CC1284L, first printing, 1991. And it says right on the jacket, manufactured by 3M. Okay, another Criterion Collection release, or another release for the Criterion Collection. The company that actually released the Criterion Collection, Voyager. Supercop. There is one reported case of rot for this pressing at the LaserDisc database, pressed by hurrah. Chapter 30, Color Bars. Licensed from Dimension Home Video. Jackie Chan is Supercop. Okay, I saw this in a video that Culture Dog did, and I think it was in the background, but anyway, I decided to go on the LaserDisc database and look for a copy, and I found one that is sealed. Pressed by hurrah, no reported cases of rot. It looks like it's in a gatefold jacket. I'm not sure though. Might not be, now that I'm looking at it more closely. This is Titanic. Several films called Titanic. This is the one that starred Peter Gallagher, George C. Scott. He played Captain Smith. Catherine Zeta-Jones, Eva Marie Saint, and Tim Curry. Trying to remember if this was made for television or direct-to-video. One of those two, I'm thinking. Running time 173 minutes. Distributed exclusively by Image Entertainment. Licensed from Evergreen Entertainment. Or distributed by Image for Evergreen. You never knew with Image. This is catalog number ID 3884HL. .34 chapters. Okay, this is one that when I went to the LaserDisc database and found it, there were mint marks there showing that it had been pressed by Toshiba EMI, but for some reason I decided to double check, and I checked my mint marks, and my mint marks indicated a different pressing facility, Princo, located in Taiwan. This is Touch and Go from Mcgahey LaserDisc Company Limited in Hong Kong. Running time approximately 97 minutes. Now, funnily enough, whatever, it says made in Japan on the jacket. Well, last time I looked, Taiwan was not in Japan. But the mint marks do correspond with Princo. And in fact, Julian, the administrator at the LaserDisc database, confirmed that. Now, since some of these were pressed by Toshiba EMI, I'm thinking that's why the jacket says made in Japan. but this one wasn't. And let's see, how far have I gone? 25 minutes. These all have inserts. These are all Japanese releases, I think. This was pressed by hurrah in Japan. One reported case of rot. Huge Ultraman fan, and there have been 17, 18 Ultraman television series, not to mention all the films. This is Ultraman G, or Ultraman Great, also known as Ultraman Towards the Future. This is volume 2. Now this was a co-production between Siberia, if that's how you pronounce it, I hope it is, and the South Australian Film Corporation. So the same 2 episodes appear on each side. On one side they're in Japanese, on the other side they're in English. The whole reason I opened this was to show the insert. Although this one doesn't have as much of an insert as some of the others. I'll make sure it doesn't have another insert. Anyway, as I said, 2 episodes per side. Okay, talk amongst yourselves while I'm doing this. Okay, I won't bother opening this one. Pressed by hurrah, one reported case of rot. This one has a corner obi. This is from the same series, although it is volume 3. I can't remember how many volumes of this there are, 7 or 8, I believe. Now it says manufactured and distributed by Bandai, but as I stated, they didn't make it. hurrah made it. Okay, I guess I can pick up next time with Ultra 7. I have a lot of LaserDiscs over there, and I have a lot that are coming. So until next time, stay awesome.